Thank you, Mark. Well, what a setting here in Munich. A three-tiered bowl-like arena. We've got the French tricolour waving away towards the right, not just in the bottom but also the middle tier, and then we've got that wall of red away towards our left as we now stand with the national anthem starting with France. So many Spanish flags lifted high in that end away towards our left, lifted with pride as they look to see if their side can maintain their winning run. They're the only team at Euro 2024 who've won all 5 matches. No team has ever won 6 in a single edition. In the history of the European Championship, no team has ever won 6 European games in a row. Well, the team news is as follows. 3 changes for Spain from the side that knocked out the host nation, Germany. Carvajal and Lenormand, the right back and central defender, are suspended. Pedri's actually out for the tournament with a knee injury, picked up early in that fixture at Stuttgart. So Navas replaces Carvajal at right back, Nacho comes in for Lenormand, and Olmo starts in midfield. It means that Navas is the oldest ever outfield player to play at a major tournament in a semi-final, and likewise Lamine Yamal is the youngest ever player, beating Pelé back in the 1958 World Cup. Lamine Yamal, who only turned 17 at the weekend. So Unai Simon is in goal, Navas, Nacho, Laporte and Cucurella is the defence, Fabian, Rodri and Olmo the midfield, Yamal, Williams and Alvaro Morata. Red shirts, navy shorts, red socks. France, all in white, make 2 changes. Rabiot is back from suspension for Camavinga. Dembele comes in for Griezmann. First time that Antoine Griezmann doesn't play in the knockout stages of a major tournament since Nigeria in the 2014 World Cup. Mike Maignan is in goal. Koundé, Saliba, Upamecano and Theo Hernandez is that settled defence. Rabiot, Kante, Tchouaméni, Dembele, Koulibaly and Mbappe. Chris Sutton, your thoughts?
Thoughts are performance-wise going into this is beauty be the beast. Spain, they played beautifully throughout this tournament, and France just haven't got going. You may just see this evening this French team turn up because they have the players who can hurt this Spanish back line. I think the key areas, France out wide, Mbappe off the left, Dembele off the right, and how Cucurella and Navas deal in those 1v1 situations.
That's the voice of Chris Sutton, and we're underway here in Munich for the first of the 2 semi-finals at Euro 2024. And a warm welcome to our listeners to the BBC World Service, wherever you are in the world. It's a pleasure to have your company here as Spain, in their red shirts, are attacking from left to right as we look, and Rodri loses the ball. Rabiot, with his long hair flowing behind him. Saliba back towards Mike Maignan. They might have been faltering in attack, but they have certainly been formidable in defence, have France. They're yet to concede in open play. Only that Lewandowski retaken penalty in Dortmund is the time that Mike Maignan has had his goal breached. He's kept 4 clean sheets in his 5 games so far, as Navas, the right back on this near side, plays the ball back to Laporte. And don't forget as well, live on BBC One, but you've got the option to watch and listen via the iPlayer. And we're also available, of course, on BBC Sounds. BBC Radio 5 Live. Cucurella can't control the ball, goes out for a France throw on their far side, the right.
There's a careless touch from Cucurella. Williams making a movement inside, ball out wide with the outside of his right boot. They've linked up well so far in an attacking sense. Left-hand side for France. I think Williams has probably been player of the tournament so far.
Well, here is Laporte, French-born, central defender for Spain. Lenormand likewise, but he is suspended along with Carvajal as Nacho actually just stands still outside the centre circle. Colin Mawani was running towards him. Now they hit it long and down towards this exciting 16-year-old Lamine Yamal. 3 assists already in this tournament. Jesus Navas joins level with the penalty area. Lamine Yamal tries to get away from Rabiot. Thought about trying to pull him down. It was a hurried ball out towards Williams. Williams, who plays on the left, finds Fabian inside the penalty area. Fabian with the cross. Lamine Yamal slips. It was over the head of Morata. But nevertheless, a promising start by Spain. 2 minutes in, 0-0.
Yeah, it's a wonderful move, isn't he? Yamal, he just glides. Actually, the ball goes out left to Williams. Koundé gets close to him. Was the forward runner Fabian Ruiz, who gets to the byline, chops back onto his right foot and stands the ball up towards the far post, but goes over everyone.
Because of the pyrotechnics that started ahead of the game, there is still the smoke has remained inside the stadium, so it's got like a hazy look to it at the moment inside this 3-tiered bowl-like arena. Colin Mawani, downward header, little flick by Tchouaméni. Saliba, who's certainly been impressive. Every one of their back 4 has actually played every minute so far for France. Down the line on this near side, Mbappe infield to Teo Hernandez, stumbling. The referee, who is Slavko Vincic from Slovenia, Champions League referee, took charge of that final at Wembley, gives a free kick to France, and they take it quickly and they feed it to the feet of Mbappe. Up against Navas. Lamine Yamal will go back with him. Rabiot also comes across to this near side. Mbappe drives forward, plays it behind Rabiot, and picked up now by Morata, but Rabiot recovers and gets a sliding challenge in. That loose ball will run out towards the far side, and here is Williams. Morata now has made that diagonal run to try and get round the back of Koundé, but France dealt with that very, very well.
That was Kanté who dealt with it well. Tracked back after a careless pass from Mbappe.
Here is Fabian in the midfield, plays it back. Nacho lays it off. Laporte will come forward, plays a pacey ball towards Williams on that far side, back towards Cucurella. Cucurella, every time he gets the ball, is really being booed quite loudly by the French support. Here is Nacho back with Rodri. Here is the pantomime villain once again for Cucurella, who actually has had a good tournament, particularly going forward, linking up well with Williams. Olmo, challenge from Tchouaméni, releases it though out towards Williams. Cucurella once again, plays it back. Fabian comes forward, 30 yards out from goal, tries to find Olmo, takes a deflection, reaches Williams. Williams with a cross. Lamine Yamal collects it, controls it, left-footed, delivers the ball. Fabian with a header, couldn't keep it down at the far post inside the 6-yard box. Great movement by Fabian. Scored in a similar position actually against Georgia in Cologne, but just couldn't get over it.
I can't believe he's missed this. What a ball from Yamal. Just stood up towards the far post. I think he times his jump okay. Gets up well, just needs to head the ball down. Sees it all the way and heads it over. What an opportunity not taken. He's only 4 yards out. Heads it down on target, he scores.
Scored 2 goals so far in this tournament. Got a very good record actually for Spain. Fabian Ruiz unbeaten in all 27 matches, winning 18 and drawing 9.
Timing of his run superb though. We're seeing that as a feature of his game throughout the tournament.
France in possession. Still 0-0, 6 minutes played, BBC Radio 5 Live. Tchouaméni short of the halfway line. Koundé over on that far side. Cucurella breaks it up. Rodri now will take over. Rodri, he was quickly surrounded by a combination of Kanté as well as Dembele. Out to Williams, his forward ball. Olmo with a touch, looks to feed it into the path of Morata. Tied it up by Upamecano. Here now is Colin Mawani to Mbappe. Navas did well on the cover. The right back was tucked in. No wonder that Luis de la Fuente says, I've got complete faith in Jesus Navas. So alert.
Yes, he was alert. Navas had to be alert. Gets round brilliantly. So all of a sudden it opened up. Mbappe off that left-hand side, making a run centrally. Navas dropped early, matched him all the way, and got there.
Mark Chapman earlier had said there are still a lot of red, obviously the wall of red to our left, and we've got the blue away to our right. A lot of white shirts inside this Munich stadium tonight. And a lot, of course, German fans would have been expecting to see their side in this semi-final. And George, our producers, just said it won't be necessarily the French supporters who are booing Cucurella, but it'll be the German fans after the penalty wasn't awarded. The Cucurella handball in Stuttgart.
I thought that was the right decision.
Yeah, so did I. Here is Saliba. Forward ball. Turn from Colomouani. It was a heavy one from behind by Nacho, who stayed down as the French forward.
That's a marker, isn't it, from Nacho? What a daft challenge. Colomouani gets his body in, and then there's a follow-through, and he stumbles. Nacho does, and pushes Colomouani's head into the turf.
Rabiot, play back underway. 8 minutes played. This is Dembele, central position midway through the Spain half. Out to Mbappe. No handball, says the referee. Mbappe clips it towards the far post. And there is Colomouani with a header. Their first goal in open play at this European Championship in Germany. And France take the lead 8 minutes into this semi-final. 1-0.
And we wondered when Kylian Mbappe was really going to turn up in this tournament. The ball is delightful. Right-footed, the wide left area. He stamps the ball into a similar position, actually. Fabian Ruiz missed from at the other end. And Mouani peels away at the far post, but nods the header in. Absolutely no chance. Unai Simon in the Spanish goal. Ball popped out left. Mbappe just stands the ball up. Mouani gets in between Cucurella and Laporte, and he's not going to miss that. Just controls his header into the side netting. And France, ugly France, have the lead.
And after 9 hours and 43 minutes, a French player has finally scored in open play. But there must be a VAR check because the game is yet to restart. So at the minute, Slavko Vincic, the referee, is being surrounded by the red shirts, and then the golden stand.
No, I do not get what the Spanish players are complaining about. What, maybe a possible handball when the ball went out to Mbappe, but he wasn't the goal scorer anyway.
So after the briefest of checks, we're underway and France are leading. However, what I would say about this Spanish side is that they have encountered so many problems. They went behind against Georgia and they came from behind.
Went behind against Georgia, and I get that, but this is a French team, a streetwise French team who have been there and done it. This is a different test.
Well, this is Navas on this near side, the right. Morata swings it out towards that far side. The bounce for the ball actually kicks quite high. Koundé, they've got to try and get past this strong French defence as well. Cucurella still being hounded by the supporters here in Munich. But Mbappe with the assist, and France lead by a goal to nil. Spain's record actually in competitive games against France isn't great. They've won 2, they've drawn 2, and they've lost 6. Most recently the Nations League final 3 years ago in Milan. But here is Olmo. Olmo with the back heel. Upamecano gets it away. Navas stabs it back towards Fabian. Feeds it towards Williams, and then cleared away by Saliba. Swept strong downfield. Laporte, because of Colomouani's presence, had to go back to Unai Simon. My point being is that they've dealt with adversity. Lamine Yamal on this near side. Navas on the overlap, not required. Back with Olmo. Fabian forward ball. Williams flicks it out towards Cucurella. Left corner of the area. Spain looking for an equaliser. Live on 5 Live, BBC Sounds of the World Service. Every Spain outfield player is in the France half as they play from left to right. Down it goes towards Williams, level with the penalty area. Back towards Cucurella. Certainly it's catching on. Those boos are getting louder and louder every time the Chelsea player touches it. Here is Williams once again, lifts it in, helped on by Fabian. Morato is in there, couldn't get the flick on, and it was cleared by Saliba. Mbappe will just play it out to Teo Hernandez on this near side the left. 12 minutes played, France lead 1-0.
Such clever movement from Fabian Ruiz. Another forward run, flick on at the near post. Morata couldn't quite get there. Saliba, timely challenge. How many times have we said that in this tournament so far? What's fascinating is this will be the story of the first half now. Spain dominating possession, but France, they have that ability to counter-attack and counter-attack at pace.
Ball scoop long. Laporte out to Cucurella. Williams helps him out. The ball is going to run out of play for a France throw. From a neutral's point of view, were you hoping that the first goal would have gone towards Spain?
I don't think like that, Ian. I'm just totally impartial. Why would I hope that?
I thought that's what you said to me on the way to the ground earlier. Kolo Muani down the line to Dembele on the right, inside Rabiot. He's seeing that Mbappe's free if he can find him. Then he was checked and fouled by Navas, and it's a yellow card to Jesus Navas.
Well, that's a brilliant foul from Navas, because had Fabio got away from Navas, he would have been able to pop the ball out left to Mbappe. It would have been 1v1 with Unai Simon, but he's now on a yellow card up against Mbappe. This could be a long evening. I'm sure France will target Navas. We spoke about that before the game. Dani Carvajal, what an important player he is, and now you can argue Navas could have got closer to Mbappe when he crossed the ball, tried to stop the cross, didn't do. France 1-0 up, and yellow card as well.
Rabiot has stayed down and is still getting treatment. Do you think if his first touch wasn't as heavy as it was, he could have actually played in Mbappe before Navas got to him?
Yeah, he could have actually tried to play first time around the corner. Difficult pass as it was. But that's speaking about the danger that they can break so quickly, France, and they have players who can hurt any team.
Well, Rabiot is still getting lengthy treatment here. A reminder that if you missed the thoughts of Gareth Southgate and Harry Kane in the build-up to this first semi-final, you can hear all the latest from the England camp for the Football Daily podcast, looking ahead to tomorrow's semi-final, which will be all the build-up with Mark, Alan Shearer, Matt Upson, Izzy Christensen and John Murray from 7 in the Westfalenstadion tomorrow night in Dortmund. And Rick Edwards actually is going to be at the German Football Museum in Dortmund tomorrow morning. Rachel and Rick, 5 Live breakfast every morning. So if you know anybody who's out in Dortmund, then just send them in that direction. You never know, he might get them on the wireless with Rick. It's opposite the train station.
If I was in Dortmund, I'd go in the opposite direction.
15 minutes played. Rabiot is back on his feet, but is
used some amount of magic spray there, Ian.
Yeah, there was a lot. He's hobbling badly though. He still looks in a great deal of pain. This is a direct free kick to France, who lead by a goal to 0. It's in a central position. It's under 30 yards out from goal. And Mbappe is looking like he's going to hit this. How many's in the wall? We've got 3 in the wall.
4.
It's the angle. It's 3. Cucurella looks like he's in it, but he's not. Mbappe hits it right-footed and strikes the 3-man wall. Chris Sutton.
Yeah, it wasn't a good free kick, was it? Really weak. Hit the wall.
Ball played back by Saliba. Maignan all in yellow, away towards our right. Hits it downfield. And that was a good distribution as well. Tried to pick out Koundé. It just kicked on away from it. It was interesting reading the technical observers' analysis of the group stages, and there was three aspects of what people such as David Moyes, Aitor Karanka, Rafa Benitez have highlighted. And one of them was actually playing over the press, long direct balls. And that was certainly what Mike Maignan was trying to do on that occasion there, as that was headed out by Nacho and volleyed away by Cucurella. Olmo heads it back. Navas on a yellow card. Spain trailing in this semi-final here in Munich. Spins downfield. Rabiot loses out to Rodri. Tchouameni passes the ball back to Saliba, and then Mike Maignan has got time to control it. Once again he's done that direct ball out towards Mbappe, and Mbappe on this occasion couldn't keep the ball in play, and it's gone out for a throw.
They couldn't keep it in, should have kept it in, but they have that physicality, don't they, all the way across the front line. Mbappe's bigger than Navas. You've got Dembele, who's bigger than Cucurella. N'Golo Muani, probably a similar size to Nacho and Laporte if they want to go direct France.
That's twice they've tried it though now, isn't it, to try and beat the press, for the keeper going long. As Laporte comes forward, 6 yards inside the France half, out to Cucurella, back towards the former Manchester City player. 18 minutes played. Now Rodri. N'Golo Kante's not going too far away from Rodri. Gundogan certainly kept him under, tried to keep him under a tight leash in the quarter-final in Stuttgart. Cucurella gets forward, his header first time towards Williams, tries to roll away from Koundé. Kante is back there, and now with Koundé, Morata tries to put him under pressure, releases the ball to Dembele. Dembele will now run in field and passes the ball towards Theo Hernandez. And Spain all of a sudden have got problems, because Theo Hernandez pushes the ball to the feet of Mbappe. Navas backpedals. Mbappe shoots, takes a deflection, and then falls to N'Golo Muani. Dembele keeps it alive, and then Nacho digs it out and clears it out of play for a throw on that far side.
Yeah, and that looks a mismatch. There aren't many fullbacks who can match up with Mbappe. But he drives, cuts inside, is always going to cut inside. Actually, Navas gets back and gets the block on. N'Golo Muani just couldn't quite get the ball under control. Went towards him at pace. He was only 3 or 4 yards out.
Kante's chipped the ball over the head of Koundé, and it goes out for a throw in stifling conditions here in Munich. Been about 30 degrees today here in Germany. I think it's similar conditions for tomorrow as well for the second semi-final, England against the Netherlands. You'll hear live on 5 Live, but there's not much.
You've been looking at the German forecast, have you?
Try and see what's in store, whether to bring a jumper or not to the game as the cross comes in. Navas over his head away from Mbappe. Certainly not a night for a jumper though here tonight, is it?
Not yet. It's chilly though. Maybe a bit later.
On Sports Extra in 10 minutes, the second women's T20 between England and New Zealand will be getting underway. 9 overs aside. England lead the best of 5 series 1-0. This is BBC Radio 5 Live. Didier Deschamps, your former Chelsea teammate, looking dapper in his suit down below. His side lead by a goal to nil, 20 minutes played. What was he like as a teammate? Didn't room with him, did you?
They stayed in the same hotel for 3 months.
Olmo looks for Morata, comes out to Yamal. Yamal onto his left foot, goes for a curling effort. Oh, what a super goal! What a super goal! And a crowning moment for Lamine Yamal, the youngest ever player at a European Championship, is now the youngest ever goal scorer in the history of the European Championship, and that is a goal to remember for the 16-year-old. What a finish!
This is absolutely genius from Yamal. Got such a lovely left foot. He must be 25, 30 yards out. He's got no right to score from there. Gets his head up and just bends the ball in off the far post. It's brilliant. Even Magic Mike can't get to that. Crashes off the far post into the back of the net. It's an incredible strike from the young man. What a way to get Spain level.
We have just seen a goal that will be played over and over again for many, many years to come. Bearing in mind that this is the youngest ever player to feature in a semi-final at a major tournament, beating the great Pelé from 1958. It was a left-footed curling effort that clipped the inside of the left post, and he's 16 years of age.
It's such an incredible strike. Look, you could argue Rabiot shouldn't let them inside on that left foot, but that's being picky.
Lamine Yamal, absolutely breathtaking. Before today, I think he'd had 13 shots on target. And the poise, he knew it, I mean, just incredible. A remarkable finish.
Yeah. The accuracy, the bend. Got to take something special to beat Mike Maignan in the French goal. And boy, was that special.
16 years and 362 days. Williams with a corner kick, it's an outswinger. And they weren't fazed by going behind as Fabian swings it in.
I think sometimes as a player and a manager you can pick the bones out of certain goals and say, well, we should have done this better and that better, but sometimes you've just got to take your hat off to individual brilliance, and that's what that was, that strike from Yamal. Oh, best part of 30 yards out.
Rodri wins the ball from Rabiot. Williams in a central position. Williams passes the ball forward. It was with pace as well. He was looking for Fabian. Header out by Upamecano. Bearing in mind that up until tonight, the only goal that France had conceded was a penalty against Poland by Robert Lewandowski in Dortmund. But that was just a breathtaking piece of football. And it certainly had the wow moment because you had the ooh effect as it was shown again on the two giant screens that are either end of the Allianz Arena here in Munich. We're past the midway point in the first half. BBC Radio 5 Live and BBC Sounds. It's 1-1.
You shouldn't be doing that when you're 16, should you? I mean, that's outrageous. It really is.
He turns 17 the day before the final. Nacho to Yamal. Runs in field. Rabiot goes towards him. Finds Olmo. Olmo now out towards Navas. Navas with the cross. Morata is there. Flying header out only as far as Olmo. Olmo creates the opportunity. It's gone in. It's an own goal. Enough Koundé. Dani Olmo fires it. And all of a sudden Spain, with 2 goals in the space of 4 minutes, have turned it around, and the best team of the tournament have come from behind and lead France by 2 goals to 1.
Just France hesitant with their defending. Olmo latches onto the hesitancy. Quick touch inside the box and drills the ball towards the far corner. I'm not sure whether it was going in anyway, but it goes in off Koundé. I think maybe it was creeping inside the far post. It was Navas initially with the cross. Saliba doesn't get a great header on the ball, heads it into a central area. Olmo, really good quick 2 touches, drives the ball with his laces. Oh, I think it may, just having another look, may have been creeping wide. It's debatable, but Koundé ends up right-footed, actually treading on the ball, goes into the back of his own net, and Spain have come from behind.
Spain 2, France 1, 26 minutes played and already 3 goals for what is the 6th meeting at a major tournament between these two. As Nacho's high clearance is collected by Dembele. Dembele now running forward. Koundé on the overlap. Dembele won't use him. Goes towards the byline. Plays it in low. Tries to catch out Simon inside his near post. hits the side netting and it goes out for a goal kick. Told you didn't know that Spain, wouldn't he, Ruffles?
He did. Some response, wasn't it? I mean, the Yamal goal, absolutely stunning. Didier Deschamps realises there's not a lot you can do about that. But the second goal, I think they'll be really disappointed. Saliba, not a great header, heads it back into a danger area, but Olmo onto it quickly. And in a flash, Spain are in front.
This is Tchouaméni dropping in between the two central defenders. The fullbacks are pushed quite high. Hernandez on this near side, Koundé far side the right. Dembele now takes over, goes on the outside of Williams, plays a low ball in towards the penalty area. There was Navas to clear first time. Mbappe was just lurking outside the penalty area. It'll be a France throw inside their own half as they now trail.
Yeah, well, had he made a movement, he should have made a movement, because it was terrific wing play from Dembele out on that right-hand side, jinking in between Williams and Cucurella, hitting a low crossing, but Mbappe on his heels.
I've got a statistic that you're going to like in a minute, by the way, as Hernandez down the line on this near side to left, and it is with Mbappe. He looks up, Dembele provides the width, controls it off his right thigh, runs forward now, Cucurella back pedals, Williams has doubled up on him, Dembele into the penalty area, Navas again with a clearance. That was a big up and under. Morata back there helping out, gives away a free kick, backing in, and it will be a France free kick. So that goal by Lamine Yamal was the first of 62 goals that was outside the box since Raul against Slovenia in Euro 2000. The other 61 have all been scored inside the penalty area.
Yeah, there was a debate over one of the game we did, though.
Yeah, there was, but they ruled it was inside the box. Hence why that statistic still stood. Free kick for France. They go deep. Rabiot will try and keep the ball in play, and didn't succeed. Goal kick, Spain lead by 2-1 as we're approaching the half-hour mark here on a muggy night in Munich.
It is, well, you know, the Yamal goal gets them back in it, and that was a moment of magic. And then France with the second goal, just seeing Olmo, real clever couple of touches outside of the right boot and just goes for power. And Koundé trying to get back to block the ball, ends up popping it into the back of his own net.
Viva la España is being sung by the Spanish support. The majority of that bottom tier away towards our left is all in red. There's a good proportion in the middle tier above them, as Unai Simon gets it to Nacho, runs forward. Lamine Yamal has come deep. Rabiot has tracked with him. 16-year-old passes it back to Simon. Now with Laporte playing the ball at the back, they work it out towards Cucurella. Cucurella back towards Laporte. France looking to try and press, but Simon feeds it forward to Rodri, and they've beaten the press, and Lamine Yamal now is over the halfway line, and Navas is scampering forward at 38 years young. Now towards Olmo, edge of the area. Olmo tackled by Saliba. Kante feeds it towards Mbappe. Navas has got to get back. Nacho is covering. Rodri's looking to fill in. Mbappe will go in between. Nacho stands him up and then passes the ball towards Fabian. And Nacho, with all of his years of experience at 34, did well.
Yeah, and Rodri did well though, didn't he? Getting back, doubling up alongside Nacho. Nacho eventually stopping Mbappe.
The voice of Chris Sutton on BBC Radio 5 Live, BBC Sounds and the World Service. The World Service will also be carrying tomorrow's game live, as well as Sunday's final, where the build-up on BBC Radio 5 Live will start at 6 o'clock. A full 2 hours of build-up to the Euro final at the weekend. Williams wriggles away. Williams accelerates. Williams into the penalty area. Williams still going. Back heels the ball to Morata. Morata just couldn't get it out from underneath his feet. And Maignan is there inside that 6-yard box.
It's so dynamic, isn't he, Williams? Off that left-hand side, inside on his right foot. Goes past a couple of the French defenders, looking to get a shot off. Can't do. So a clever little back heel to Morata. The ball gets stuck under his feet. And eventually, France manage to smuggle the ball to safety.
It would appear that not everybody knew that it was a 2-hour build-up to the Euro final on Sunday. There's 13 minutes to go to half-time. Spain lead by 2 goals to 1.
Who are you talking about there? That's a dig at someone, isn't it?
No. Tchouameni to Rabiot. Kante. Koundé over on that far side, the right. Dembele waits. France did take the lead after 9 minutes, but 2 goals in a 4-minute period, and Spain are ahead. Here is Mbappe. Back with Saliba. Tchouameni left of the centre circle. Sprays a diagonal ball that Cucurella is an inviting one for him to head it out, and then there's a use of a hand, and Spain will get a free kick over on that far side.
Yes, there's a handball from Koundé trying to win the knockdown from Cucurella. Out on the Spanish left, the French right. Just wondered when Pedri went off injured in the tournament about Olmo fitting in, but I suppose the biggest compliment you could pay him is that, Pedri was outstanding, but Olmo has been the perfect fit, really, hasn't he? Perfect replacement.
There's a lot of speculation actually going into that quarter-final against Germany in Stuttgart that even before he was injured, I think it was after about 7 minutes, that Olmo warranted a place in the starting lineup. But he's certainly coming well, plays his football in Germany for RB Leipzig, and Spain are in control here with 12 minutes to go to half-time, and Didier Deschamps has got some thinking to do as he comes out of his technical area and watches on. And just to his left is the ball-headed figure of Luis de la Fuente, who has done such an excellent job in charge of Spain, as the Spanish national anthem is being sung by the Spanish supporters away to our left. And Maignan plays it to Upamecano. Upamecano strides forward for France, all in white. Koundé over the halfway line. Dembele ahead of him. Back it goes to Upamecano. Morata just jogging back. Upamecano along the ground. Finds Dembele, looks up, delivers a deep cross into the penalty area, strikes Theo Hernandez. It'll run out of play for a Spain throw, just up from the corner flag. 2-1 Spain.
You know what, the cross was overhit from Dembele, but Hernandez, who's on the far side of the box on the left-hand side, should really be able to deal with that. Comes off his hip, just hesitant. Didn't make his mind up how he wanted to control that, and a throw into Spain.
Rabiot with his flowing locks. Jesus Navas. Olmo very congested. There's a late challenge on Lamine Yamal. And the referee from Slovenia is just coming across to settle things down as Alvaro Morata has a word, and Hernandez might just be getting a word in his ear for that late challenge on the teenager.
Yeah, and he's slightly late, but much ado about nothing really. He's just trying to let him know he's there. Should have maybe thought about doing that earlier, Ian. But Spain now have the control. Been a lot of talk about the different faces of Spain. They can win in a number of ways. They can smother you, or they can counter-attack.
Well, they can certainly excite. Top scorers in this competition taking their tally now to 13 as Nacho comes forward from the back. Olmo makes a run off the ball. Navas goes on the overlap. Lamine Yamal to Fabian. His shot takes a deflection. Maignan was flat-footed there, and he was relieved to see it with that deflection run wide of his goal, but behind for a corner kick to Spain, who lead 2-1. 5 Live, BBC Sounds and the World Service.
Yamal off that right-hand side again, running in field, finding Fabian Ruiz a little bit too easily for Didier Deschamps' liking. Ruiz takes the ball in left-footed, and fires a shot. I think it was Koundé who actually got out and made the block.
A breathless night in Munich. Corner kick to Spain. The referee has spotted a little bit of pushing inside the 6-yard area, so he just delays the corner kick to be taken on that far side, the left, where you've got Williams and Yamal who are looking to try and combine. Williams goes in towards the near post, headed out by Kolo Muani. Mbappe tried to roll away from Cucurella, lost his balance. Fabian picks it up. Former teammate of Kylian Mbappe, as Lamine Yamal chips the ball in towards the penalty area. It won't go out of play just yet. Theo Hernandez, though, will make sure that it does, and it will be a goal kick. And we've got 8 minutes to go to half-time. 2-1 to Spain. Chris Sutton.
Yeah, but Spain looking pretty comfortable at this moment. Got the noses in front. And still brave with their press and not sitting off France, who are trying to play out from the back. But they're where they want to be. There is still a Fuentes team.
Hernandez rolls it to Rabiot. Rodri just tugging his arm. He does feed it to Mbappe. Spain have got a number of red shirts back as Mbappe out towards Dembele. Dembele cuts in towards the penalty area. Dembele looks for a shooting opportunity, but standing right in front of him is Cucurella, and it's deflected off his shins and out for a corner kick to France.
You know what, though? Every time Mbappe gets the ball, it's noticeable that Rodri is getting across, trying to help Navas out. Quick switch from Mbappe. And France eventually win the corner and make something from this.
Still pushing and shoving that the referee has got to sort out. Fabian and Rabiot getting involved around the penalty spot area. Tchouameni is also there. France in all white, playing from right to left. Corner kick, far side to right. It's an outswinger, headed out well by Laporte. Picked up by N'Golo Kante. Out to Dembele. Shifts it back. Koundé delivers the cross, easily dealt with by the head of Rodri. Only as far as Koundé. Back to where it came from. Kante chips it out. Dembele, a few yards in from the touchline far side. Cucurella went to ground, and Dembele was tripped by the already committed Cucurella, and it will be a free kick, not too far away from the right corner of the penalty area as France trail.
Yeah, he does catch Dembele. He needs help. Cucurella against Dembele, just like Navas needs help off the other side. Always just one thought in his mind, Dembele, the drive at the fullback.
Number of targets here to aim for. Rabiot, Tchouameni. We've also got Saliba, who's up from the back. Upamecano, who's just taken a couple of steps away from Navas. It's delivered towards Upamecano, tried to get round the back, but Navas was aware of his lurking presence, and a tumbling header concedes the corner kick as Spain lead.
He did well, didn't he, little Navas? And then it's a figure at the far post. Upamecano behind him.
Corner rolled back to Theo Hernandez, who receives it once more from N'Golo Kante. His cross kept back in play by a back header from Saliba. Olmo's header out. Fabian couldn't get there. Koundé tries to knock it down the line. Olmo goes long, taken on the chest by Williams, and all of a sudden the counter-attack is on here for Spain, and it's Williams. But France have got 4 white shirts back. Williams curling low ball. Lamine Yamal onto his left foot again. Couldn't replicate it. Took a deflection behind for a corner kick to Spain, who lead by 2-1 with 5 minutes to go to the break.
Yeah, danger, wasn't it? For France. Williams driving out on that left-hand side. Is aware enough to get his head up. Kante goes out, as does Koundé, and he switches it to Yamal on the right-hand side. He's trying to always come inside on that left foot and get the shot off, but Hernandez, he injures himself in the process of blocking the shot.
Corner kick then to Spain. Far side the left. Yamal and Williams. No, it'll just be Williams, and it's caught very, very well above his head by Mike Maignan, the Milan goalkeeper, who now clears away first time. Cucurella, though, dealt with that, heads it away, unable for it to reach Dembele. Stabbed forward by Koundé. Kante on the halfway line. Rodri will go towards him. Tchouameni. Morata running back to help out. Morata, who said this is likely to be his last tournament for what he believes is a lack of respect shown in his homeland towards him. Spain captain. Certainly you can't fault his record. It's a goal ratio really not close to being 1 in 2. 36 goals in 78 appearances. 4th highest goal scorer for Spain. Dembele. Koundé comes in field. Navas volleys the ball away. Fabian did well. Deliberately hooked it out towards this near side to the right for Lamine Yamal. I do like Fabian Ruiz. Number 8 for Spain. Elegant midfielder as Rodri to Laporte. And Laporte trotting his way towards the halfway line as the French support try and raise their spirits with a French tricolour. Many of them waving in the end away towards our right hand side, but Spain with a ball possession stats of 56% are in control, coming from behind, leading by 2 goals to 1 here, closing stages of this first half. Don't forget the Wimbledon Day 10 coverage on 5 Live and BBC Sounds, 1 o'clock tomorrow, and also you can check out the Andy Murray episode of the Sporting Giants podcast through BBC Sounds too. As Theo Hernandez.
The ball, wasn't it, from Morata?
Free kick to France.
Centre forward racing back and giving away the free kick. Just a few free kicks given away from Spain in recent times where they've been slightly careless.
Such a sticky night here in Munich. 2 minutes remaining of normal time. Dembele has come across to this near side, the left. It's about a yard in from the touchline. This should be an in-swinger. Upamecano, Tchouameni, Saliba, Rabiot. They're all in there. Dembele was dipping. Morata actually did well to get it out with a header under pressure. Helped further clear by a Fabian header. Kante to Koundé. Back then to N'Golo Kante inside the centre circle. Theo Hernandez, the left back. N'Golo Kante, whose impressive record at major tournaments, unbeaten in 20, could be coming to an end as Spain have a slender lead. Dembele right hand side, playing it back, nice steady tempo this from the French. Rabiot comes forward, chips the ball into the area, headed away by Laporte. Fabian's going to let it settle, holds off, and Kante plays it to his side, and it will be a touch out of play for a Spain throw, far side the left.
I actually don't know why Rabiot didn't get a shot off there. It was within shooting range, 25 yards out, tried to clip a ball in, and Fabian Ruiz, as cool as you like, middle of the Spanish midfield, knitting everything together. And Cucurella, no rush with the throw-in.
Just over 60 seconds then of normal time. Cucurella running forward, no foul, says the referee. Williams lays it back. Olmo looking to try and switch play to Lamine Yamal. Didn't have the distance. It allowed Theo Hernandez just to head it back. And now Saliba coming forward. Saliba, who had such an impressive season for Arsenal, played every minute of the Premier League last season. Only 2 outfield players did that. Max Kilman was the other one. As we now enter stoppage time, 2 minutes of stoppage time here in Munich on 5 Live. BBC Sounds and the World Service, where Spain are leading France by 2 goals to 1 and are looking for a 6th successive victory. They've been such an impressive side to watch.
They have been. To come from behind as they have done in this first half, as you predicted, Ian, didn't you?
Here is Lamine Yamal from a curling forward ball for his goalkeeper Unai Simon. Challenge from behind by Saliba, catching Olmo on the base of his back. That'll be a free kick to Spain. just inside their own half. Morata will wander across to give his thoughts to Slavko Vincic, the Slovenian referee.
It's a really daft challenge from Saliba. Olmo racing back towards his own goal, under pressure, needed to take a good first touch, but Saliba just clatters into the back of him.
In no real hurry to take it, it's got to be said. Nacho will roll it to Fabian, plays it back, and then Laporte should go back to Unai Simon, his goalkeeper, all in black, away towards our left. On my watch, there are about 30 seconds remaining. Here is Nacho, fouled by Kolo Muani, midway through his own half, and rolling around is Nacho, caught on the left foot. Kolo Muani, the referee's not going to book him though.
Nacho's trying to drive out beyond Kolo Muani. He does catch him slightly, but I don't think it really warranted 4 rolls. There's a half-time whistle.
And he's still on his knees, is Nacho. The physio never even made it to the field because our referee decided that was the end of the first half, where we have seen a truly breathtaking goal from an incredible youngster, a teenager in Lamine Yamal, as he got Spain back on level terms after a Kolo Muani header, and then Olmo has subsequently been credited with the goal, despite it initially going down as a Koundé own goal. But Olmo has been credited with that, and if that's the case, then that's his 3rd goal of this tournament. But Spain have come from behind, and here at half-time in Munich, it's Spain 2, France 1. I agree with that. Neither side has made a change at half-time. Don't forget, you can listen to our 5 Live coverage and also watch at the same time through BBC One, the BBC iPlayer. And tomorrow, for the coverage of the second semi-final in Dortmund, England against the Netherlands, you can always still sync up the pictures and able to listen through your smart speaker. Just ask it to play BBC 5 Live. So neither side has made a change. So Simon in goal as we're back underway. Navas, Nacho, Laporte and Cucurella for Spain. Fabian Ruiz, Rodri and Olmo. Lamine Yamal, Williams and Morata. Red shirts, navy shorts with a little flash of yellow, playing from right to left as we look against the French side that is all in white and has Maignan in goal. The back 4 of Koundé, Saliba, Upamecano and Hernandez, Rabiot and Kante, Tchouaméni, Dembele, Mbappe and Kolo Muani. Kolo Muani gave France the lead after 9 minutes. Yamal with a stunning goal equalised after 21. And 4 minutes later, what was an own goal from Koundé has since been credited to Dani Olmo after 25 minutes, as Morata plays the ball through to Fabian, and Williams can be away here, and Koundé has got to come out, and the goalkeeper's come off his line, and Williams tries to get there first, but Mike Maignan did ever so well, sliding, lifting the ball up, and then springing back to his feet to clear it away downfield.
Well, it was magic, Mike, in the end. For a moment, it looked like it would be tragic. Mike took a massive chance on the right-hand side, halfway inside his own half, coming out and actually winning the challenge at full stretch against Williams, who actually got a touch, and had he gone round him, that would have been it, probably.
I think he's pulled a hamstring. He's gone down, he's on his haunches at the moment. He's injured, the French goalkeeper. I mean, it was an electrifying burst out of his goal line. He's still testing that hamstring on what looks like his left leg. N'Golo Kante, Kolo Muani, Koundé, Dembele on this near side. Cross takes a deflection. That was an awkward one to gather in by Unai Simon. He's still feeling it.
Yes, he's hobbling around, but that was crucial. He won that challenge. Seeing Dembele, good first touch in the wide area out of his feet. Cucurella doing his job and getting a block on the cross, and Simon gathering.
Nacho clears. What was interesting at half-time was that Daniel Vivian, who's a defender for Spain, was going through quite an extensive warm-up the Athletic Bilbao central defender. He turned 25 last Friday. Maignáns's all right, by the way. He's just given the thumbs up to the French bench down below. We are sat behind the French dugout here in Munich. We've got a lot of the family and friends of the French players who are just sat in front of us, as Fabien plays for Paris Saint-Germain. To Laporte, hits the ball downfield, and Maignan doesn't have to come out of his penalty area, kicks off the surface, and he gathers it in at around chest height. Spain 2-1 up. Chris Sutton early in the second half.
They always have those runners in behind Spain. Williams there off the left-hand side when France play with a high line. Not to have that threat. A lovely balance to the play.
So, with your predictions on the BBC Sport website, who did you choose for today's game?
Well, you knew who I chose. I went for France before a ball was kicked in the tournament, so I had to go for them, Ian.
So you've only got 26 out of 48 right so far in the tournament on the BBC Sport website. That's a success rate of 54%. Olmo, forward. Man over if he can play him in. It's actually Navas who delivers the first time cross, and Koundé with a back header. Collected by Williams. Fabian is ahead of him. Cucurella has joined the attack. Here is Cucurella. Still getting booed and jeered by the German supporters inside the Allianz Arena here in Munich. So 54%.
That's quite good, actually. I've just been thinking. I mean, I knew I was doing well, but 1 in 3, isn't it? Not 54%. I'll explain in a minute. With 3 options, you can only choose one result here.
Ball goes back from Cucurella.
54% is excellent from me.
For you?
From me.
Here is Fabian. Olmo takes it into feet. Sweeps it first time. Cucurella near side the left. Morata makes the run towards the near post. Saliba with a clearance.
Dani Olmo again, though. He just drifts, picks up a lovely position in between the French back four and the French midfield. He feeds the ball to Cucurella, who's marauding on that left-hand side, cross cut out of the near post.
Here is Cucurella down the line for Williams, and it will be a Spain throw, 10 yards up from the corner flag. Spain leading 2-1, attacking from right to left as we look. All I'll know this is if I got 56% in my school exams, and I did on many occasions, it came with the message, must do better, can try harder. Cucurella goes back with a throw to Laporte. But talking more importantly of win percentages, since the start of 2023, Spain under Luis de la Fuente have a 79% win ratio. They've won 15 out of his 19 matches. As Laporte strides forward, out towards Williams, down by the byline. Koundé stands tall, gets a foot in, and last touch off Williams. It'll be a France throw deep inside their own half, still trailing early in the second period here on 5 Live.
As soon as Williams receives the ball there, Koundé's out and trying to smother him.
Kanté charges forward, Fabian goes with him. Cucurella back to help out. That's the sort of work ethic. Look at that, 3 red shirts surrounding Kanté. Fabian, Rodri and Cucurella, as Cucurella kicks the ball away. Kanté complains. They do work so hard off the ball. 2 balls on the pitch. As the throw from Koundé, Upamecano to Tchouaméni. To Saliba, left of the centre circle on that far side. Banging of the drum from the French support. Mbappe comes onto the ball, left corner of the penalty area. Yamal helping out with Navas. Delivers the cross deep inside the penalty area, brought down effortlessly by Dembele. Dembele now, his cross too close to Simon.
Needed the French forwards to make it run across the near post. Been in danger, Dembele. Lovely first touch to kill the ball. The deep cross from Mbappe. And Cucurella shuts him down, arms behind his back.
Mbappe's not wearing the face mask. Here is Koundé in field. I'm going to ask you your thoughts on Kylian Mbappe in a moment as Koundé rolls it in. Laporte stretches, does go behind. corner kick. What about Mbappe? Corner kick to France.
Yeah, it's what he feels comfortable with. He feels comfortable enough not to wear the mask. I understand it probably does affect his peripheral vision. There's a reason why he doesn't want to wear it.
Dembele waits to take the corner kick on this near side. It's an outswinger, and the header from Tchouameni was down into the ground and straight at the goalkeeper Unai Simon.
He gets up well, Tchouameni. In and around the penalty spot, free header, big leap. He's got to be hitting the corner there. Down into the floor. Simon grateful, and that header straight at him.
Here is Laporte. Well, Laporte's done well. He goes past Dembele and Kolo Muani. And now Cucurella on this near side, the left. Runs in field, 25 yards out from goal. Olmo backpedaling into space. Cucurella into a central area. Olmo, Yamal on the overlap. Navas just sold him a little bit short and allowed Theo Hernandez to take it away from his fellow number 22. Rabiot though is under pressure from Morata and Yamal. Free kick, France take it quickly. Still trailing 9 minutes into the second half on BBC Radio 5 Live. The build-up tomorrow from the Westfalenstadion in Dortmund. Alan Shearer joining Matt Upson, Izzy Christiansen, John Murray, and hosted of course by Mark Chapman tomorrow night for the second semi-final. Here is Dembele on this near side, the right. Cucurella backpedals into his own penalty area. Dembele, Rodri again, breaks it up inside his own box. Doesn't go out of play. Kept in play by Koundé. Now this is Kante. Back to Saliba. Forward of the centre circle. Rabiot central area. Away from one challenge. Runs away from Rodri. Along the ground. Finds Koundé with the pigtails. Delivers the cross. Headed out by Nacho. Yamal comes back to help out. And then Yamal being penned in by Theo Hernandez. And it will be a Spain throw-in down by the corner flag, far side, 10 minutes into the second half, still 2-1.
Yep, they're showing a bit of fight though, aren't they? The French taking the game to Spain, pushing them back. Rodri, and Ruiz, centre of that midfield, really working hard to make sure they're getting across to help the full-backs out. It's Dembele and Mbappe.
Lamine Yamal hit it first time. Morata coming from deep gives chase. Upamecano sees it back. They might have chopped and changed the midfield and the front three, but every one of that back four in front of Mike Maignan has played every minute for France in this tournament so far. But Spain, who progressed from 4 out of 5 Euro semi-finals, the only exception was the last Euros when they lost on penalties to Italy. They are leading here 2-1. Saliba. Kolo Muani tries to lay it off. Spain though dispossessive. Rodri, square ball. Fabian looks to get it away early. Looking towards Williams with his pace. Koundé struggling to deal with the pace of Williams, but does succeed with a back pass towards his goalkeeper. So many fascinating aspects to this game.
They're so slick in the middle of the park though, aren't they? Rodri and Ruiz to release Williams.
Navas had stayed quite narrow. Mbappe now running in on that left-hand side, looks for the shooting opportunity. It's almost as if Navas is saying, I'll let you have that space. And then the shot in the end was low and it was straight at the keeper.
Yeah, he comes on the inside again. There's Navas. Nacho gets out to the ball as well from an acute angle. Mbappe fires straight at Simon.
Navas has just got a slight problem at the moment, so there's a stoppage in play. And we did say that he had that extensive warm-up during the game. Daniel Vivian, 24-year-old, 25 last Friday, the Athletic Bilbao defender. So he is going to be coming on. And Navas, who is Spain's oldest player at a major tournament, has done his job well. And to think a sole survivor of the 2010 World Cup and their Euro success 12 years ago, Jesus Navas has done his job very, very well for almost an hour.
Yeah, he's been gutsy, hasn't he? And you could question whether he could have got a little bit closer to Kylian Mbappe, and he crossed the ball for Kolo Muani to head in. He stuck to his task. He's hobbled off. That'll be interesting to see if Vivian goes to right back or Nacho. It looks like Nacho's going to go out in that right back position. Vivian the right centre half.
So Vivian, as we've got a pitch invader coming on. He's running on. He's doing a little selfie. He's got 4 or 5 stewards, one of them arriving at pace. And he was aiming straight towards Mbappe. And he's been tackled by 6-7 stewards. The security, when it happened against Cristiano Ronaldo 7 times, when we were in Dortmund, Portugal against Turkey, the security was heavily criticised then. Again, he still got to his intended target for that selfie with Mbappe, didn't he?
Some of the security guards running onto the pitch absolutely flagging.
And what's your point?
They need to work on being quicker off the mark here, and that's my point. See Messi's bodyguard, watch him, blimey.
So Vivian is on. He's now partnering Laporte, El Teniente, Lieutenant, and Nacho goes at right back. And Mbappe, after facing a 38-year-old in Jesus Navas, is now up against a 34-year-old in Nacho.
They're not controlling it though, I think, as they would have liked Spain this second half. It's a testament to France being a little bit bolder.
Oh, Williams almost doing Koundé, but Koundé actually recovering very, very well. Cucurella now with Laporte. Activity down below. Camavinga is going to be coming on for France. Cucurella has given the ball away. Rebounds forward, picked up there by Kante. Dembele ahead of him. Rodri's taking him with him. Dembele with a cross, almost in at the near post. An outstretched arm from Simon cleared by the Spanish defence up towards Morata. This game though is still very much on a knife edge. Tchouaméni diving in and catching Morata. That'll be a free kick. Morata riding around. Tchouaméni has spoken out of turn and is now shown a yellow card.
Well, it was, I don't know whether he's booked for dissent, but I suspect he'll be booked for the challenge. It's a reckless challenge. Tchouaméni off his feet, lunging, and catches Morata. What a save, France. Good break down the right-hand side. Weight of pass from N'Golo Kante to Dembele was perfect. Dembele putting the burners on, fires across on that near post, and Simon had gambled a little bit, the Spanish goalkeeper, eventually saves it with his left hand.
Well, we're going to be having a triple change by Didier Deschamps. Griezmann, who's played his entire career in Spain, Camavinga, and Bradley Barcola, who's a young forward for Paris Saint-Germain, only his 5th appearance. There's something that the 4th official isn't happy with, whether it's a bit of jewellery that was in his braided hair, that Barcola has just had to change back in the dugout. But Griezmann coming on and Camavinga. Triple change then for France. Mbappe plays it to Teo Hernandez, delivers a low ball in. That could have gone anywhere off a deflection. Gone behind for a corner kick.
They're huffing and puffing. France have been the dominant team in this second half. A good situation on the left-hand side. Not a good cross from Hernandez.
So here come the changes. Camavinga is going to replace Rabiot, who came back into the side after being suspended for the quarter-final against Portugal. Camavinga, the Real Madrid midfielder. N'Golo Kante is coming off to be replaced by Griezmann. And then that final change is Kolo Muani, who got the goal. Bradley Barcola to replace him with 28 minutes remaining. Spain still lead by 2-1, but France have a corner kick. Spain have got everybody back. Red shirts in and around their own penalty area. It's an awkward one curling and downward header by Upamecano. And it reared up off the surface and bounced well wide of that right-hand post. Goal kick, 2-1 Spain.
It's a big chance. Upamecano gets away from Nacho at the far post, sees it all the way, mistimes his header, powers it down into the floor, wide of the left-hand post. It's a chance, Ian, big chance.
The familiar voice of Chris Sutton on BBC Radio 5 Live and BBC Sounds. 63 minutes played in this first semi-final. Upamecano blocked. Clearance by Williams. Swept high downfield by Mike Maignan. Out of play it goes for a Spain throw that Cucurella is going to take it. Luis de la Fuente, who's done a marvellous job since taking charge. Had success at youth level. In the 19s, in the 21s, got to a final as well in the Olympics. Consider the Nations League success that they had last year. Every time he's taken charge of Spain at whatever level, he's reached all 4 finals. He's looking for his 5th. As Fabian Ruiz away from Griezmann. Still, Griezmann though recovers, gets a foot in. Cucurella to Olmo, forward of the centre circle. Olmo runs forward, Morata able to turn. Out it goes to this near side for Williams. A little flick back towards Cucurella. Rodri's always available. Back then to Laporte. And now with Vivian, forward ball. Fabian passes the ball back to Laporte.
It looks like Mbappe is actually playing as a central striker with Barcola. Gone out to that left-hand side. A little bit surprised with taking Kante off. So sure, Griezmann is really industrious in that central midfield position.
The Spanish crowd are giving it the old Olays there, and then Nacho with a heavy touch. They go through the middle towards Mbappe, brings it down under the control very well, lays it out towards Teo Hernandez, steaming forward from left back, but in the end he was probably travelling too fast, and he then couldn't deliver the cross from the left, and it runs out of play for a goal kick.
Mbappe did brilliantly initially, an elastic leg, pulls the ball down, a couple of clever touches, and then that's a poor touch from Hernandez. It really is. Heavy touch. Had a bit of joy down that left-hand side, though, in this second half.
We mentioned the second Women's T20 International on Sports Extra a little earlier. Well, England posted 89 for 6 after their 9-over innings. New Zealand will be batting shortly. Commentary on Sports Extra for that. As for this, it's been an enticing semi-final. And I bet you're glad that you didn't shut your curtains for this one.
No, I think France have this has probably been France's best performance, albeit they find themselves behind.
66 minutes played. Simon, the Spanish goalkeeper. Vivian, the substitute, plays a short forward ball, then gets it back from Fabian. And then he looks for that ball over the top. Lamine Yamal hits it with his left boot. Upamecano then comes across, heads it away from the teenager, plays it early. Olmo trying to win it back for Spain. France find Camavinga, his diagonal ball in field to Griezmann. Instinctively he plays the ball out towards Koundé, who's onto it, and then he hits the ball first time to Dembele over the halfway line, comes on the inside of Morata, continues to make a diagonal run. Rodri then, was that a tactical foul? Certainly Dembele was looking for it. The Slovenian referee says not. The French support boo, and it will be a goal kick. And there's a shrug of the shoulders of Didier Deschamps.
Well, I'm with Didier Deschamps. I thought that was a free kick. Dembele, let's have another look. Drives on the inside. Cucurella brings him down. Pokes the ball into Mbappe. He's clearly fouled. That's a poor decision.
Did you ever hear him say Zutolo quite a lot, Didier, when you were with him?
No, he just used to frown and tut when I was with him.
I know exactly how he feels. Midway through the second half, Spain lead France by 2-1. You're listening to 5 Live and BBC Sounds. Vivian at the back. Mbappe dancing around Vivian. In the end, he passes the ball back towards his goalkeeper. As Chris Sutton quite rightly says, Mbappe's gone central. It's like they're playing 4-2-3-1 now, with Tchouameni and Camavinga as the two holding midfielders. Griezmann gone central, Barcola to the left, and Dembele on the right behind Kylian Mbappe. But Nacho, does that play into the Spanish hands, the fact that Nacho's gone out wide, maybe not as quick as Jesus Navas, but you would like to have seen Mbappe maybe test Nacho a little bit?
I think it's an issue, isn't it? An issue up against Barcola, but it's a case of needs must, really. Navas going off, no Dani Carvajal.
And Barcola played against Poland in Dortmund. I like the way a couple of the times they interchanged Barcola and Mbappe. Before that headed goal, they'd had 86 non-penalty shots without a goal at these Euros. Dembele slips into the challenge and catches Morata awkwardly. It was accidental, but Morata felt it. Referee has given a free kick to Spain, 25 yards out from their own goal.
Yeah, I mean, it's not ideal for Morata, the Spanish centre-forward. He's working so hard, dropping deep. I mean, his foul's 25 yards out, as you rightly say, but since in this second half, Spain are trying to draw the French team onto them. It's not been comfortable. It's not been a comfortable second half for them. Not really found a rhythm. Not found their control.
They came through a heavyweight group that contained Croatia and Italy. They came from behind to beat Georgia. They eliminated the hosts after extra time. And Spain, who throughout all of that, the best team at this tournament, are leading 2-1 with just over 20 minutes remaining. And Cucurella finds Williams, and Williams now once again has got a bit of room to run into. Cucurella offers the support. Dembele's gone with him. He gets the block in. Koundé comes across, clatters it downfield. We mentioned Wimbledon's coverage tomorrow on 5 Live. Don't forget the TMS coverage, as Gene Anderson says farewell. England against the West Indies at Lord's. TMS team will have all the coverage of that, hoping that the weather improves from what it's been today. A lot of rain back home. Not so here. It is still an extremely hot and humid evening in Munich as Barcola picks it up on the left, and Barcola away from Vivian enters the penalty area with the cutback, took a deflection of a red shirt on its way through, and then it's cleared by Vivian with force up towards Morata, tries to roll away from Upamecano, and he gets the free kick. There's Morata.
I think he's lucky to get away with that. And so does Didier Deschamps. Morata turns Upamecano, but then he just backs into Upamecano and the ball is away from him. He's fortunate. I'll tell you what though, what about Barcola there? Left Nacho for dead, took yards out of him. And Mbappe and Griezmann couldn't get themselves into the box.
Oyarzabal is going to be coming on, and we're also going to be seeing Mikel Moreno, who got that late winner against Germany, and then actually did the same goal celebration as his father Miguel did by running around the corner flag in the same stadium back in 1991 when he was playing for Osasuna against Stuttgart in a UEFA Cup tie. So Moreno waits to come on. Barcola on that far side has support from Theo Hernandez. Camavinga, Upamecano. Every outfield player now is in the Spain half. There are 18 minutes remaining of normal time, and Spain still lead by 2-1. Dembele, Koundé stands over the cross. Barcola's coming in the central area, flicked away by Lamine Yamal.
Yeah, Yamal and Williams, the wide players for Spain, the young wide players. Different side of the game now, working extremely hard defensively, getting back in, trying to help the fullbacks out. It's the French, they're pushing Spain back.
Can they find a way through? They've reached the final in 3 of the last 4 major tournaments under Didier Deschamps. Here is Mbappe. Mbappe with his pace just snuffed out by 4 red shirts, and eventually it's Fabian who clears it long downfield. Spain, though, are having to soak up a lot of pressure at this stage as France come again. Dembele on this near side, the right level of the area. Low ball. Blocked well by Williams, diverts it behind for a corner kick. And France certainly do believe that they can get an equaliser in the 17 minutes remain, being urged on by their partisan supporters behind their goal. Many of them all in royal blue. Dembele with a corner kick. It's an outswinger. Headed up rather than away, edge of the area. Koundé tries to head it, but breaking up now is Vivian. Not blessed with pace, but he will still carry the ball and looks up and now switches out towards Morata. And the captain had made an intelligent run out to this near left-hand side to give him an option. And the red shirts now are forward. Cucurella to Olmo. Rodri goes square. First time ball from Nacho. Opens it up. And there's a bit of space here for Lamine Yamal. Williams is also on that far side, the right. They're now at a walking pace, are Spain. Still with that double change to happen. 16 minutes of normal time remaining. This is Fabian. Laporte. Really has been an enjoyable contest here in Munich. Fabian, short diagonal ball. Olmo with his back to goal. Laporte creating the room, passing the ball around. Rodri, Olmo now with Nacho. Olmo comes again deep, just outside the centre circle, helped on by Rodri. Such an integral figure in that midfielder for club and country, and here is Rodri passing the ball out towards Cucurella. They patiently play and go further downfield. Now it's with Olmo. Nacho lays it off. They've got back the initiative, it would seem.
Yeah, well, a good passage of possession from Spain, moving the ball really quickly, swiftly in this second half. They haven't really had a foothold. It's down to France.
Ball hit long, Upamecano has to head it not once but twice back to his goalkeeper, who then quickly throws it out. Oyarzabal and Moreno still wait to come on. 2 disciples of Luis de la Fuente from his success at youth tournaments in years gone by. Barcola prods it back. Griezmann coming forward. Griezmann looks up, delivers a ball that is knocked back by Dembele, but there's nobody there. Fabian is there. That was a loose ball. Hasn't been dealt with, and Theo Hernandez has skied it from just inside the penalty area. And Rodri berates his teammates because that was careless by Spain at the back, but Theo Hernandez couldn't punish them.
That's a golden opportunity, it really is. There's a good ball from Griezmann to pick out Dembele. He actually chokes his volley. He's trying to hook it back across the goal. The ball eventually falls to Hernandez on his weaker right foot. Had that been with his left foot, I've seen the back of the net bulging. It goes high and wide. Spain looking a little bit ragged, a little bit tired.
Dani Olmo is coming off. He scored a hat-trick here in the German Super Cup when they beat Bayern 3-0 back in August. Mikel Moreno to replace him, and Oyarzabal replaces Alvaro Morata. So the captain, look at his record actually, Alvaro Morata. He scored 23 goals in his first 33 games for club and country. He's now only scored 4 in his last 30. But Oyarzabal is on, and Spain with that double change still lead with all the goals coming in the first half. And we have just over 13 minutes remaining on 5 Live, the World Service and BBC Sounds. And Spain looking for what would be a record-breaking 6th successive victory, never ever achieved before. The French support, loose ball by Unai Simon, actually struck the head of Dembele and will bounce back behind and out of play for a goal kick.
It's Hervey, wasn't it?
Still not secure, are they?
Absolutely not. They haven't played with the belief we've seen in previous games. Spain are getting nervy, getting edgy. bit of fatigue creeping in. Can the French pounce? Can they create an opportunity, a clear-cut chance?
Simon hammers the ball right-footed downfield. Moreno gets his head onto it. Williams also nods it on. Oyarzabal there. Moreno wins that ball away from Tchouameni. But Tchouameni stands firm, helped out by Griezmann, opens it up towards that far side. Theo Hernandez just over the edge of his own penalty area. Olivier Giroud, who's yet to feature in the knockout stages, is going to be coming on. Hernandez makes good progress left-hand side, back towards Mbappe. Mbappe then passes the ball to a white shirt that simply doesn't exist. And that will be Vivian, who will get a throw for Spain down by the corner flag. Olivier Giroud, the all-time leading goal scorer for France. And it's Dembele who makes way.
I've got to say, I'm really surprised at that substitution. I think Dembele has been France's biggest threat. Interesting how they shape up, whether they go two up top or Mbappe comes out to this right-hand side. But we know Giroud, I say he's an old-fashioned centre-forward, but he can nick a goal, can't he?
Well, it's his fourth appearance at this tournament. All of them have been off the bench. Now 37 years of age, the former Arsenal and Chelsea player. Didn't do too bad either for Milan in the season that's just gone. 17 goals in 47 appearances as they finish runners-up in Serie A. Well, they've got 11 minutes remaining to find an equaliser. Otherwise, it's au revoir. Vamos España. Berlin, their next destination for Sunday's final. But Barcola picks it up on that far side, the left, and runs forward. But Spain have got red shirts back in a plenty, but Barcola again, with that burst of pace, gets to the byline and wins another corner kick. It was Nacho at full stretch who blocked it.
I've got to say, he's been really bright though, Barcola, on that left-hand side for France. He's direct in his play, wins the corner.
Griezmann waits to take the corner kick, far side the left, it's an outswinger. Red shirts in that penalty area, comes out towards Camavinga. Camavinga goes square, Koundé goes square, Theo Hernandez passes the ball forward, left-hand side, finds Griezmann. Griezmann's cross is a low one, and this will be Nacho to deal with it. Think back to the Euros, the last Euros 3 years ago, both the semi-finals went to extra time. Italy beat Spain on penalties, England beat Denmark after extra time by 2-1. That's the scoreline that Spain have the lead at the moment, and we have 9 minutes remaining. This is Laporte at the back. Giroud will run towards him. Laporte, who's played in every game after missing that opener against Croatia in Berlin. Rodri now running forward. Finds Fabian. Rodri opens up his body, passes the ball forward. This is Moreno able to turn, creates a little bit of width for Lamine Yamal, cuts inside onto that left foot again, opens up for him, and he went for a shot on the run, left-footed, and it was over the crossbar and out for a goal kick, and he now runs away as well with so much youthful exuberance, whipping up the Spanish crowd. The flags are flying yet again. He is a crowd pleaser in every aspect.
He is, he's not far away, is he? Again, bending effort with that left foot, driving on the inside of Hernandez. Can't let him inside on that left foot of his.
Spanish supporters cheering to the left. The French fans banging their drums to our right as Laporte with a header back. He was looking to the assistant referee on this near side. There was no flag. Heads it back as time ticks away for France.
Griezmann's come out to this right-hand side, but they're going to miss the influence of Dembele. On with two up top, Mbappe and Giroud, but Griezmann isn't a ball carrier. That's a poor substitution.
Maignan goes long. Griezmann has made the run through the middle. The referee, though, has blown his whistle because Laporte is the one down holding his head. The French bench not impressed. The fourth official has to tell them to just settle back down.
Bit of blood there.
Ran into the shoulder of Giroud. A little bit dazed.
Yeah, bloody nose, I think.
And the physio is going to trundle his way on. 7 minutes remaining. But you've been left perplexed and frustrated by the French substitutions.
I think Dembele, over the course of the game, has been France's biggest threat. You can understand getting Giroud on, but they now seem to lack that threat on the right-hand side. Dembele, a ball carrier, a dribbler. Griezmann's a clever footballer. Just can't really see him being such a threat off this right-hand side. Barcola on the left. He's been quite direct in this second half, but they need to create something and find something.
The Marcha Real being sung by the Spanish supporters to that left-hand side. They certainly will not want Laporte to be going off the field of play, bearing in mind that they've already had to make changes with Navas. They're missing Lenormand and Carvajal through suspension. They, of course, would return for Sunday's final if Spain are safely to navigate their way through the 6 minutes that remain of normal time. But he's such an important figure for them. The fact that he can bring the ball out of defence, Aymeric Laporte.
Yeah, he's a fantastic footballer. Takes a sore one, Giroud's shoulder. Old cotton wool bud up his nose. Yeah, he looks groggy, doesn't he, as he's coming off?
It does look extremely groggy. Got the swab stuffed up one of his nostrils. The supporters on the far side are trying to set up a Mexican wave. That might generate a little bit of air inside this stifling arena here in Munich with 5 minutes remaining of normal time. And they're still going to try and patch up Laporte as he comes off the field of play. So Rodri, who remember played as a centre-back at the World Cup 2 years ago, just fills in alongside Vivian, Cucurella and Nacho as that back four. And Laporte is okay to come back onto the field of play. But France are running out of time. Are they running out of ideas? Barcola rides up his chest, able to turn. Rodri tries to stop him, doesn't. Barcola finds Mbappe. Mbappe now at Vivian, at pace. Enters the penalty area, couldn't keep it down. Mbappe right-footed, couldn't hit the target. That probably you'd have expected to have at least hit the target.
Well, for a player of his quality, I've got to say Barcola does brilliantly. Drives with the ball, releases Mbappe in the left-hand channel. You cannot let him on the inside in that situation, on his right foot. And he goes high over the top of the crossbar. Really lacks composure. That's a massive opportunity in that situation. Don't get why he doesn't try and just feed that into the far corner. Pass it into the far side of the goal. That was the opportunity, the chance for France, and Mbappe blew it.
A Golden Boot winner at the World Cup. 12 goals in 14 in World Cup appearances. Still yet to score in open play at a Euros. 1 in 8 before tonight. That was that penalty against Poland. Laporte prevents it from reaching Mbappe. Spain with 3.5 minutes of normal time remaining, leading by 2-1. They go long. Headed away, picked up by Moreno. Forward ball. Oyarzabal tries to hold it up. Had Saliba behind him. Referee then says that Oyarzabal has fouled Camavinga. That'll be a free kick to France. They need to take it quickly. Time is in short supply here in Munich. This is Koundé, the right back. Back he goes towards his goalkeeper. Maignan stumbles. Saliba. Upamecano now charges forward for the all-white of France, but the ball is too far ahead of Koundé, who looks tired, and it goes out of play for a throw.
Got to be cleaner there with the pass. Upamecano with a tired pass just allows Spain to run the clock down. That's a tired volley. Fabian Ruiz.
The defeat to Italy at the last Euros is the only semi-final defeat in competitive competition. Spain have won the other 8, whether that be at the World Cup, the Euros, the Nation League, or indeed the Confederations Cup. They're looking to navigate their way to yet another final. With 2 minutes remaining of normal time here in Munich. Camavinga in the centre circle. Upamecano is forced out wide. Upamecano sends in the cross. Laporte will head those away all day long. Oyarzabal plays it towards Moreno. The flick didn't quite come off. There was Rodri once again, so effective as ever to take Spain further downfield. And Fabian finds Williams back inside towards Fabian, almost like he's inviting the challenge from Griezmann. So comfortable with the ball at his feet. Rodri is signalling something to De La Fuente, who now responds, and are looking to try and make some sort of a change, I think, from whatever Rodri has said, as Camavinga catches Cucurella late. And the referee is going to reach for a yellow card, and Camavinga, despite saying that Cucurella has dived, Spain get that free kick 6 yards inside the France half as they still lead by 2-1.
Yeah, Cucurella, he doesn't need an excuse to go down. He is caught. He stays down. And Spain just running the clock down. Yeah, interesting one, Rodri, wasn't it? Moving over to the bench. I don't know whether that means he's going to come off.
Well, Ferran Torres is looking like he's going to be coming on. This is Williams, meanwhile, left corner of the area. His cross, downward header by Tchouaméni. Rodri gets there first.
Looks all right, doesn't he? He's moving all right.
This is Moreno, holds onto the ball along the ground. Oyarzabal, Cucurella on the overlap. Block comes in from Koundé. Behind it goes for a Spanish corner kick as they still lead by 2-1. And there are 30 seconds remaining of normal time. And the Spanish supporters know that they are so close.
It's exactly where they want to be. Williams walks over, in no rush to take the corner. They've got France where they want them.
Zubimendi is a holding midfielder. He might be the replacement for Rodri. In comes the corner, headed out of the near post by Giroud, only as far as Fabian. Break now on for France. 5 minutes of added on time, which we're now into. Theo Hernandez, strong run. Lamine Yamal put his hands on his shoulders. He knew exactly what he was doing. You talk about tactical fouls, that's a 16-year-old.
It's a brilliant foul from a Spanish point of view, because Hernandez got the wrong side of him, driving at the heart of the Spain defence, commits a tactical foul.
Using the experience of a wily old campaigner. But a debut, well, Griezmann with the free kick. Upamecano's header's off target. He turned 17 on Saturday. That was an early card that maybe he didn't want. He was shown yellow there by a Slovenian referee. As now there's been a blow. I think it's Vivian it's not Vivian who's down. Hard to see with the players who are surrounding him. It was Upamecano, it was Moreno who got one in the face by an elbow of Upamecano. But they see games out, don't they, Spain?
Yeah. Lots of different ways to win games. Different styles, different tactics. It's got them over the line.
Simon with a goal kick for Spain. Still they wait to bring Zubimendi and Torres on. Here is Moreno. Mikel Moreno, who has featured in every one of the games. He's only had the one start, but he's come off the bench to good effect as Williams. Back to Cucurella. Still a A very good combination down the left-hand side. Rodri's chip ball forward, looking towards Fabian. Fabian wanted it to feet, goes through towards Mike Maignan. By my watch, there are 3 minutes of added on time remaining here on 5 Live in the World Service. As Saliba lays it out to his left, head down, powering forward. Is Theo Hernandez stopped by Rodri again? How many times do you say that during the course of a commentary? As Lamine Yamal tries to run it down that right touchline, he gets a throw and the Spanish supporters cheer.
The ball's glued to his foot, isn't it? So easy on the eye. He's fearless. Yamal. Here come the subs.
It's going to be Nico Williams who's going to be coming off to be replaced by Martin Zubimendi for just his third appearance at these Euros, and Lamine Yamal is going off on the other side. The next time we see him in this Euro finals, he may well have just turned 17, but a 16-year-old with a breathtaking impact. He's created 3 goals during this tournament, and he scored an absolute wonder goal on the way to potential Spanish success as Ferran Torres comes on to replace him. And Lamine Yamal walks his way round in front of the adoring Spanish support away towards our left-hand side with a clenched fist, because Spain are close. They are 90 seconds away from doing what no side has ever done before in the history of the European Championship. Cucurella goes down the line. Oyarzabal makes the run. Flag stays down. Oyarzabal left-hand side. Moreno back towards Fabian. Rodri. Zubimendi. The Olays are out once again. They're finishing with a flourish here in Munich of the team of the tournament. Back it goes towards the goalkeeper. By my watch, 60 seconds remain. France can't get the ball. Now they can. Koundé wins that aerial duel. And they get a throw. Koundé goes back to Upamecano. They have to go long. Saliba goes to Theo Hernandez. Giroud is alongside Mbappe. Barcola far side, swings over the cross. Griezmann is there. He gets his head onto it as well. And it drops over the crossbar. He's running as if it should be a corner kick. But the Slovenian referee has said that it is a goal kick. And by my watch, we are almost out at the minimum 5 minutes of added on time.
That's a long, hopeful diagonal ball. That's not really Griezmann's game. Gets up well inside the Spanish box, but can't direct his header on target.
Simon with a goal kick. Moreno tries to beat Koundé in the air. Runs forward now on this left-hand side. The substitutes are ready. They're ready to celebrate. They're almost creeping onto the playing surface in what is becoming a congested technical area, because Spain are on the brink. They're leading by 2 goals to 1. We're almost approaching 6 minutes of added on time. They work it down this left-hand side. Torres takes it down towards the corner flag. Fabian in field. Oyarzabal. They lose the ball momentarily. Closes down the attempted clearance by Upamecano. And there it is. Spain have done what no team has ever done before in the history of the European Championship. 6 straight wins in a single edition. They did that in the World Cup in South Africa in 2010, and they tasted glory of that World Cup. It's a record-breaking victory here in Munich, and the team of the tournament saunter their way to Sunday's final in Berlin. They've beaten France by 2 goals to 1 as the beer is coming down from up above, showering us here in the commentary box, and it is Spain who will celebrate. Luis de la Fuente and his impressive side march on. Yep,
deserved it, I think. They've been the outstanding team. They had to work at it, Ian, in the second half. They weren't at their slickest and at their best. They looked a little bit jaded, a bit tired, but they limited France to very, very few chances. But this game, it's that moment from Lamel, that brilliant finish which people are going to be talking about for years to come. Spain go on to the final, and France, this ends as a disappointing tournament. Didn't perform well enough in the group stage. Were fortunate maybe to get to the semi-final, and probably, well, they did deserve to go out on the night. But it's Spain who are celebrating, and deservedly so. They're a well-balanced team, aren't they? Good with the ball, without the ball, and they're going to take some beating in the final.
A thoroughly enjoyable game, and we've seen a wonder goal to boot. Spain are in the final. They've beaten France by 2-1.